Good morning, children. Chapter 7, Our Government. So, let us read the lesson. We know that India is the largest democracy in the world. Democracy means the government by the people, of the people, and for the people. The main feature of a democracy is that people have the power to elect their leaders through an election process. In a democratic country, all adults, people above the age of 18 are allowed to vote. People vote for particular persons and elect them. The elected representatives form the government. So, in a democracy, it is the people who give the government the power to make decisions and enforce laws for the whole country. India is a vast country having 29 states and 7 union territories. To run the country smoothly and manage so many different things, the government works at different levels. We have government at the central level and at the state level. Panchayat Raj is the third tier of the government at the local level, that is village. Certain responsibilities such as the defense of our country and the relationships with other countries are looked slowly by the central government. Looking after the law and order within a state is the responsibility of the state government. However, the state government seek help from the central government whenever required. Good morning, children. Chapter 7, Our Government. The second paragraph, the central government. The main responsibility of the central government is to make laws for the whole country and to see that they are implemented in the right manner. The Parliament is the main law making body of the country. The Parliament consists of the President of India, the two houses, the Loka Sabha, the Rajya Sabha. Next, President. The President is the head of a country. The President is elected by the members of Loka Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assemblies. The President is elected for a term of 5 years. Good morning, children. Chapter 7, Our Government, Loka Sabha. Loka Sabha is the lower house of the Parliament. The members are elected directly by the people. Any citizen of India who is more than 25 years of age can contest election to the Loka Sabha. Members are elected for a period of 5 years. Any Indian citizen above 18 years of age can vote in the general elections to elect the members of the Loka Sabha. The whole country is divided into constituencies. The candidate who gets maximum number of votes is declared elected from the constituency. The maximum number of members the Loka Sabha can have is 552. The Speaker presides over the meetings of the Loka Sabha. Next, Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house of the Parliament. Members of the Rajya Sabha are not elected directly by the people of India. They are elected by the members of the state legislative assemblies. Members are elected for a period of 6 years. The Rajya Sabha can have a maximum strength of 250 members, of which 238 are elected members and 12 are nominated by the President of India. 1/3 of the members retire every 2 years. It is a permanent house. It cannot be dissolved. The Vice President of India presides over the meetings of the Rajya Sabha. Good morning, children. Chapter 7, Our Government. The Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Our democracy has multi-party system. There are many political parties in our country. Candidates from different political parties contest the election conducted by the Election Commission of India. After the election, the party that wins the highest number of seats forms the government. The party then elects its leader. The President appoints the leader of that party as the Prime Minister. Sometimes more than one party joins together to form the government. It is called coalition government. The Prime Minister discharges his or her functions with the help of a group of ministers called the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers form the Union Cabinet. The state government. Each state has a state legislative assembly which makes laws for that state. The members of the legislative assembly, that is MLAS, are elected by the people of the state. They are elected for a period of 5 years. After the assembly elections, the party with the maximum number of seats in the legislative assembly forms the government. The leader of the party becomes the chief minister of that state. The chief minister elects a group of ministers as his or her council of ministers for the smooth running of the government. The head of each state is the governor. He or she is appointed by the President of India for a period of 5 years. Good morning, children. Chapter 7, Our Government, Our Judiciary. If any Indian citizen feels that his or her fundamental rights are being denied, then he or she can approach the Court for Justice. The Supreme Court of India in New Delhi is the highest court of our country. The judgment of the Supreme Court is final. There are many judges in the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice is the highest of them, who is appointed by the President of India. The High Court is the highest court in a state. There are lower courts also and district courts at the district level. Every citizen has an important role to play in a democratic country. It is the responsibility of every adult citizen to exercise their right to vote in selecting their leaders. This significantly contributes towards the formation of an efficient and effective government. It helps in building a developed and progressive nation. My notes. In a democracy, people have the power to elect their leaders. Our government works at different levels, at central level, at state level, and at the local level. The Parliament is the law-making body of the country. The President is the head of the country. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers form the Union government. The Chief Minister and his or her Council of Ministers look after the functioning of the state. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the country. It is the responsibility of every adult citizen to vote and elect their leaders to form an effective government. Good morning, children. Chapter 7, Our Government, Difficult Words. First one, democracy. Second, representatives. Third one, territories. Fourth, smoothly. Fifth, relationship. Sixth one, defense. Seventh, responsibilities. Eighth one, implement. Ninth, parliament. 10th, president. Next one, consist. And the last one, legislative. So once more I'll read. Democracy, representatives, territories, smoothly, relationship, defense, responsibilities, implement, parliament, president, consist, and legislative. Next, assembly, election, candidate, permanent, dissolved, discharge, justice, cabinet, fundamental, judgment, significantly, council, governor, and supreme. Once more we'll read, children. Assembly, election, candidate, permanent, dissolved, discharge, justice, cabinet, fundamental, judgment, significantly, council, governor, and supreme court. Good morning, children. Chapter 7, Our Government, Important Terms. Loka Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Legislative Assembly, Democracy, Parliament, President, Governor, Prime Minister, Chief Minister. Next, lower house, that is Loka Sabha, upper house, Rajya Sabha, speaker, coalition government, union cabinet, council of ministers, judiciary, chief justice, MLA, that is member of legislative assembly. Once more, Loka Sabha, Rajya Sabha, legislative assembly, democracy, parliament, president, governor, prime minister, chief minister, lower house, Loka Sabha, upper house, Rajya Sabha, speaker, coalition government, union cabinet, Council of Ministers, Judiciary, Chief Justice, MLA, Member of Legislative Assembly.